here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you got to do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working. Whoever they put in front of him, he beat them, and ultimately he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense, and he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title over a tonight. We shall see. Here he is, folks. You know who he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. This man has run roughshod through one of the deepest divisions in the UFC, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
He ain't slowing down, John. He loves the ability to call himself a champ. A smile is on his face every time somebody goes, "Hey, champ, how you doing?" The guy lives for it. He lives for the adulation. He lives for the applause. He lives for the ability to stay in the spotlight. He will fight to defend his title as if his life depended on it.
Huge training camp for him. He feels like he has leveled up in a lot of disciplines of mixed martial arts, and man, if he presents an even better version, scary proposition for the challenger. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now to get us started with the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Paul Nickel! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC Middleweight Champion, King.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here he is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion out of the red corner. Many of you remember his title defense not all that long ago. He won it by knockout. And most of the guys, the #1 contender types who have risen to a title shot, have succumbed to his power. They think they know what it feels like, and then all of a sudden they get in the octagon, and they just can't take the pop. So we'll see how he handles this particular challenge here tonight. Certainly an outstanding grappler who could pose some different challenges if we hit the canvas. He told us his game plan is to avoid the mat at all costs. Postures up and delivers a massive ground and pound punch to the head. Working on the ground here, his opponent's feet on the hips, moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here.
Lands a nice punch from his back. Look at him, he's setting up a choke now. Look at that, he sets it up.
That guillotine is tight.
He's got to be careful here.
Oh, big elbow. Under 3 minutes now to go on the round. Fighters back to their feet here.
Nasty high kick. How is he still standing?
Beautiful combination. If you are teaching an up-and-coming fighter about throwing volume strikes effectively, you can do worse than watching the film on this guy.
It's a master class, John. It's a master class. It's mixing up the target, mixing up the strikes, and...
Shots landed by him now. Oh, another heavy shot gets through. He's got his back now.
Now he's going full mount.
Big combination here of ground and pound strikes. Nice work by Nickel.
Oh, now he's attacking an arm triangle.
Looks like he's got the sub locked in tight now.
He's gonna go to sleep. It's over. Let's run. I'm gonna stand you up. You need to run.
That's tight. Oh, he got out!
He actually bridged, got his hips up in the air, used his momentum to take him back towards his opponent's feet, chest down to the mat, and out of that deep submission.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here. 20 seconds left. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Nickel. That horn sound means we have reached the end of round one. All right, there's the horn. The round is over. The fight is not, though, despite the 2 knockdowns there in that round. Incredible toughness on one side, incredible power on the other.
Incredible power by this fighter, but also a very good patience and a very good approach to finding those kill shots. He has not been able to get his opponent out of there just yet, but frustration cannot set in because when you're fighting someone this good, this tough, it only takes them one opportunity to finish you.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. Flipped him with the jab. Oh, Nickel gets caught by the inside leg. Back to his feet. Grips the body there.
He gets to the single collar tie. Look for him to now start to find uppercuts up the middle to try to do damage to his opponent.
Nickel gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got it. Strike lands there. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much.
Combination, he knocks him down. Just missed with the left there. And that will do it.
Holy smokes!
With a massive highlight at the Garden.
Yo, wow! That was nasty!
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. He came in the champion, and he's going home with hardware as well. Congrats to the still UFC middleweight champion.
The middleweight champion of the world. His name and that title seems to run in the same breath.
All right, so here he is, the #1 UFC middleweight contender, and in this era, that's saying something, right? To get through this gauntlet and emerge out of the pack, realize a UFC title shot, now the world finds out what exactly this man can do with it.
You know, John, as we've spoken about, it's shark-infested waters trying to manage, navigate through this division. It's one thing to get here, and it's a major accomplishment, but to become the champion is a whole nother level. This guy feels like in his thorough preparation, the intensity at which he moves in the training room, he is more than ready to to take the belt off the champion's leg.
And you can be sure when the champion comes out in a moment, challengers' eyes will be fixed upon him. We got a middleweight title fight tonight, folks. Let's go. Kevin Trailblazer Holland, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. So the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best. From the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
Seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut or more difficult than once prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. Tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kevin the Trailblazer Holland. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here he is, the UFC champion, and this guy is all the rage. Right now, he might be the front runner for the fighter of the year, given the fact that he was able to knock out the #1 contender in his last title defense, and to do so emphatically in a fight that a lot of people thought was close on paper is really something that could take his career to the next level. Trying to follow that up here tonight. Most guys have succumbed to his power. We'll see if that holds true yet again tonight. All right, here we go, early round one. We talk about wrestling being a great equalizer in MMA, but length and reach is another one. He's got a great jab. We'll see if he can employ it tonight.
You have got to be born with it, right? You don't get taller. When you're a tall guy, you have to understand, make your skill set match your physical abilities. And this guy has done this tremendously. Great block there. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at how he drives his knee right into his opponent's midsection.
Quick jab. Ooh, looking to set up that head kick. Well, he's had his striking on point tonight, and as evidence, some swelling now on his opponent.
Yeah, light swelling right now. But if he doesn't address it immediately, it'll turn to something much worse.
Just misses with the jab there. Ooh!
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Effective strike there by Holland. high hump.
You know, that's a big thing whenever you're blocking high kicks, man. You cannot just take the brunt of that kick on one arm. You have to get that cross arm to try and guide that kick so you don't take all of it.
Well, MMA is a constant exercise in risk mitigation, right? But it would seem to me that if he really goes for it offensively...
Holy smokes!
Crowd continues to sway with every huge shot being landed. Back and forth we go.
Oh, nice kick.
That is it!
Oh my God!
Well, that smile on his face is only going to be surpassed by the zeros on the check. A huge knockout tonight. Gotta think some bonus money's coming his way.
Bonus money is coming his way. When you knock somebody stiff like this, you expect a bonus check. What a phenomenal performance by this young man.
All right, the official decision is inside the Octagon. That's where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 28 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
All right, so there he is, the still UFC middleweight champion of the world. He has retained this title at 185 pounds for some time and showing no signs of slowing down, DC.
This is a weight that hasn't had many middleweight champions. Anderson Silva reigned for so...
All right, so the path to UFC middleweight gold and glory continues to go through this man. And without speaking hyperbolically, I do believe this man looks like he could reign for some time.
You know, when you think about middleweight, you think about some great champions, Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya. This man can be viewed in the same regard because he has ruled the top of the division for a really long time. He's ruled it with an iron fist. He is just so good in this role. He is everything you want in a UFC champion.
And he's fighting in his natural weight class. A lot of people wondered aloud if maybe he could become a 2-division champion, go down to 70. He don't want to hear that noise. He's looking to pluck off another middleweight title challenger and another big spot here tonight. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. We set it inside the Octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Darren the Gorilla Till. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC Middleweight Champion, King.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here he is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion out of the red corner. Many of you remember his title defense not all that long ago. He won it by knockout. And most of the guys, the #1 contender types who have risen to a title shot, have succumbed to his power. They think they know what it feels like, and then all of a sudden they get in the octagon, and they just can't take the pop. So we'll see how he handles this particular challenge here tonight. Certainly an outstanding grappler who could pose some different challenges if we hit the canvas. He told us his game plan is to avoid the mat at all costs. Nice side kick. Try to establish that jab. Man, look at him load up on that right. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here.
Nice block.
Hook lands. Just over. Lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Oh, with authority, the body.
That is, oh man, this dude is good.
Beautiful combination.
Oh, that one landed, yep.
Oh, he didn't seem too phased, but that high kick definitely got through. You wonder if the offensive fighter is going to start to get frustrated here. Most stiffed on all these shots.
They're coming at it here. Huge shots landing on both sides.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Oh, that's a big right hand that got through. Massive left hand.
Oh, look at that.
Now some separation. All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has...
His opponent recovered. Now he's got to be dealing with everything that he's going to bring at him. He should have got the fight finished at that time.
All right, so we're starting to see some swelling now, DC. We'll see if he can make some adjustments defensively.
Well, he's taking too many of these shots up top. I mean, he's got to move his head right away. He's waiting. Pressing here. Jab hurt him a little bit. That leg kick hurt. Oh!
Big moments on both sides in round one. All right, so that round is in the books. Till's corner has some work to do. They're going to take a look at that lip. Hopefully the cut man can do his thing and just make sure that it doesn't continue to bleed and provide further adversity for him in this fight. All right, so a high-level round there for him. We'll show you some of the action here, and you got to think the knockdown is going to be featured prominently here. Thought he might have had him out of there.
He thought he had him, but the guy's tough. The guy's durable. He has a fantastic chin, but he just needs to stay the course. He does not need to be discouraged. Think about this. You're winning, and you're winning going away. That was just a moment. Keep going in the same direction, and you will get the finish that you want so bad.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. Do you believe it? This next round is underway. The previous round, both fighters got rocked. Crowd going bananas. Big opportunity for both fighters.
These are the types of fights that makes it so fun to sit right next to the octagon and call the action. Oh, nice. Good jab there.
Right over the top, right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Oh, big shots here. Well, he's got his back now. All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not sure if he's trying to bait him in or what, but not great body language here. Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack that cut. Cut man's going to have some work to do if we get to the stool between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cut men in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only going to continue to get worse because he has got a killer in front of him.
He's a big shot, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is studding off the mat.
Oh, look at that high-level grappling as the fighter reverses position and attains a dominant position. Motioning for his opponent to stand back up here. Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round 2. Definitely picking up the pace after round 1. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round.
Big shot to the head.
His opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad.
Oh! That'll do it!
Oh, my goodness!
Yeah, that was just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming. So back to the drawing board for him, but for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. All right, with that, the official decision is in. We go to the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 38 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty good. There were a lot of people backing the #1. Well, how about that pop that greets the #1 UFC middleweight contender? He has emerged through the gauntlet at 185 pounds, and tonight, that elusive crack at UFC Gold.
Just getting here is an accomplishment because the waters are shark infested. Every single time you walk into the Octagon, you are challenged at the highest level. So to get here is one thing. It's another thing to become the champion. He feels like tonight is his night to complete the journey, to finish writing his story and walking away with a championship belt.
There is a little bit of friction on this matchup, but most people would argue if any athlete is well-equipped to bottle that emotion and realize success on a big stage, it is this #1 contender. Those questions give way to answers here in a moment. So the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best. From the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
Seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut or more difficult than once prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. And now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Hurricane. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Middleweight Champion of the World, King.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here he is, the UFC champion, and this guy is all the rage. Right now, he might be the front runner for the Fighter of the Year, given the fact that he was able to knock out the #1 contender in his last title defense, and to do so emphatically. And a fight that a lot of people thought was close on paper is really something that could take his career to the next level. Trying to follow that up here tonight. Most guys have succumbed to his power. We'll see if that holds true yet again tonight. All right, so we'll see what sort of defensive response ensues here. He's taking strong outside leg kick. The head kick there as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
Oh, spinning back fist. Didn't see that one coming. And a cut has just opened up now on his forehead. Just over 3 minutes to go, round one. Well, not sure if I should knock his fight IQ, but it seems like he's sort of playing around here. Feels like the finish is there for the taking.
Yeah, the finish is there. And he needs to take his time to try and find it. Don't rush. Be patient. And in that patience, you'll find a punch or kick that will put your opponent out.
That'll do it!
Wow! Wow!
With a massive highlight at the Garden.
Oh, my goodness, what a fight.
We go back inside the Octagon for the official decision. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 29 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC Middleweight Champion of the World, King.
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty good. There were a lot of people back. So here he is, the #1 UFC middleweight contender, and in this era, that's saying something, right? To get through this gauntlet and emerge out of the pack, realize a UFC title shot, now the world finds out what exactly this man can do with it.
You know, John, as we've spoken about, in shark-infested waters trying to manage, navigate through this division, it's one thing to get here, and it's a major accomplishment, but to become the champion is a whole nother level. This guy feels like in his thorough preparation, the intensity at which he moves in the training room, he is more than ready to take the belt off the champion's waist.
And you can be sure when the champion comes out in a moment, challengers' eyes will be fixed upon him. We got a middleweight title fight tonight, folks. Let's go. All right, so the path to UFC middleweight gold and glory continues to go through this man. And without speaking hyperbolically, I do believe this man looks like he could reign for some time.
You know, when you think about middleweight, you think about some great champions, Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya. This man can be viewed in the same regard because he has ruled the top of the division for a really long time. He's ruled it with an iron fist. He is just so good in this role. He is everything you want in a UFC champion.
And he's fighting in his natural weight class. A lot of people wondered aloud if maybe he could become a 2-division champion, go down to 70. He don't want to hear that noise. He's looking to pluck off another middleweight title challenger and get another big spot here tonight. Or kill the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Dracos Stillman Duplessis. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, King.
Herb Dean, third party in the Octagon tonight. All right, so here he is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion out of the red corner. Many of you remember his title defense not all that long ago. He won it by knockout. And most of the guys, the #1 contender types who have risen to a title shot, have succumbed to his power. They think they know what it feels like, and then all of a sudden they get in the Octagon, and they just can't take the pop. So we'll see how he handles this particular challenge here tonight. Certainly an outstanding grappler who could pose some different challenges if we hit the canvas. He told us his game plan is to avoid the mat at all costs. Just misses with that one. All right, so that takedown could be big, could be a sign of things to come. At the very least, you know the kickboxer does not want to be on the canvas on his back.
He doesn't, John. And if you're a kickboxer, you don't want to be playing catch-up. You got to defend before he starts his takedown process. If he's on your legs and he's working towards the finish, you're too late. Clean punch.
All right, so he's dealing with some swelling upstairs, and you got to think his opponent is going to continue to attack that region.
Well, he has to. He's starting to see now the work is being done. He's starting to see the benefits of the work with the swelling that's starting to occur.
All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top.
Single leg takedown.
Big ground and pound.
Oh, that's got to be discouraging as he gets right back up again. Just over 2 minutes to go in round 1.
Oh, that one landed, yep.
All right, champ, now we're starting to see some bruising on that thigh. Pretty good job attacking that area tonight.
I mean, this guy is digging his shin into the thigh. What a tremendous performance by this guy.
All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard, and just a nasty leg kick.
He is throwing those kicks with evil intent. He is trying to break his leg with every single kick. Well, no denying that he whacked him, but couldn't quite get the finish. He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Duplessis, ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count. lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Dracus du Plessis. All right, so the round is over. Certainly stunned his opponent in that round. We'll see if he can follow up here after 60 seconds.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job of finding a shot that really did affect the equilibrium of his opponent. Now he needs to go back and find the attack that's going to shut the lights off.
All right, so there's the end of the round. A lot of high-level action, and if you like the takedown game, as my boy Daniel Cormier does, you enjoyed that round.
It's like we're watching the NCAA wrestling tournament. It's takedown after takedown. He's fighting his fight. He's able to change levels right into his opponent and secure takedown after takedown.
That leg kick lands. Oh, huge kick. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
Nice job blocking that punch. Oh, nice.
All right, so you can see some swelling on the facial region now as his opponent lands yet another strike, and that one was clean.
I mean, this guy is so clean with a strike. He knows exactly what he wants to accomplish. He does a great job of doing just that.
Oh, he lands a huge right hand. Throwing that jab, no good. Du Plessis gets it. Oh, he gets back up, but barely. Oh, what a job to get the head kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he got him hurt bad. What a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish.
Big shots landed by him now. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Du Plessis. Oh, man, another strike gets through. This could be over soon. Good movement on the ground here defensively by Du Plessis. Oh, these are some big punches here from the top, DC. He hasn't needed to enter his opponent's guard yet, and he may not have to.
He may not have to, but he's doing a real good job of being aware. There's danger when you're standing at the top of your opponent like that. You gotta watch up kicks. Notice how he leads with his hips when he goes to land the strike. Now he's going full mount. Oh.
Man, that is loud. Oh, these ground strikes are just brutal. Du Plessis in half guard. Oh, that's how you do it. Postures up and lands to the head.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's gonna try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
Takes his back. 2 rounds in the books. All right, so that round is in the books. Du Plessis bleeding pretty bad from the forehead here. Hopefully the cut man can nip that in the bud and make sure that that blood doesn't trickle down into his eyes as the next round begins. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, 3rd round of this championship fight. Straight punch, that is useful. Oh, how good is that? The diving, big shots raining down.
Oh, my goodness.
stop. A nice stoppage win for him here tonight, and the other side just couldn't handle the incoming assault. A flurry of punches, most of them upstairs, and when those big shots land repeatedly, the referee has no choice but to step in and call the fight. We send it inside the octagon once more. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 27 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
So you just heard it there from Bruce Buffer. Still undefeated, here is Khamzat Chimaev making the walk tonight as a middleweight. A lot of people think eventually he's going to be a UFC champion, and he's got a big fight in front of him tonight.
I mean, this guy's a monster, you know, from his mindset to the way that he competes. Khamzat Chimaev is one of those guys that passes the eye test. The moment you laid eyes on him, you said, this kid has something special about him. He has great wrestling, he has great striking, he has great cardio. The guy has it all. And I'm so excited to once again watch him compete and sit here in his seat and call his fight.
The work ethic has never been an issue, perhaps the diet at times when it comes to getting down to 170 pounds, but this man is a problem and ready to impose his will here tonight. Khamzat Chimaev, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. Here he is, folks. You know who he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. This man has run roughshod through one of the deepest divisions in the UFC, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
He ain't slowing down, John. He loves the ability to call himself the champ. A smile is on his face every time somebody goes, hey, champ, how you doing? The guy lives for it. He lives for the adulation. He lives for the applause. He lives for the ability to stay in the spotlight. He will fight to defend his title as if his life depended on it.
Huge training camp for him. He feels like he has leveled up in a lot of disciplines of mixed martial arts. And man, if he presents an even better version, scary proposition for the challenger. Tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Khamzat Chimaev. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
So here he is, the undisputed champion of the world. He won his last fight by TKO, and he'll be looking to do just that here tonight. He says he's seen some deficiencies defensively on film in the #1 contender. Believes he'll find a home for that left hook here tonight. We'll see if he can continue his finishing ways in another championship setting here tonight. There he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks might get a stoppage here soon. Oh, looking for the gilly lock now. Might have the guillotine.
I think he's got it. It's deep.
Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow. That is great submission defense.
Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Khamzat Chimaev. Just over 3 minutes to go now. Chimaev getting worked here from the top. Let's see if he goes for a sweep to try to get back to his feet.
Gets to the single collar time. Look for him to strive and move his opponent to find openings to land that free hand. Beautiful jab lands. So he needs to mix it up. He needs to start kicking more.
Oh, and he gets the single leg takedown. Nice entry on that attempt.
Oh, big head could land.
Trying to hammer that lead leg. Right over the top, right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot standing after taking that one.
Able to get back to his feet yet again. Oh, but not a good look for the judges here. Look how wobbly he is.
He passes to half guard.
Oh, look at that high-level grappling as the fighter reverses position and attains a dominant position. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he...
Oh, big shots here. Chimaev's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. Nice job by him there. He was being dominated and is able to reverse position. Oh, look out, folks. That is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
So that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish. But if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Second round underway.
Nice punch to the head. Another one. Up, and the left hand.
Oh, there's that patented leg kick. Oh, and he lands another leg kick there. He's already landed several in this round and really starting to do some appreciable damage to his opponent's lead leg.
He passed the half guard.
Chimaev's eye starting to close up. Got to get that end swell on it between rounds if we get there.
There it is. Now he's going to mount. Got to be careful here.
We'll see what he does here. He postures up. Oh, huge elbow. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round two.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out.
Champ, these submission setups aren't that bad, but he keeps getting denied.
Yeah, because he's not panicking. He's taking his time. He knows what to do whenever something is coming in his direction. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch a guy comfortable even when he's under attack.
Ground and pound the hammer. Mark Coleman would be proud.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, the referee not seeing enough action there. We go back to the center of the octagon now.
Let's fight, come on.
I give one, I take one. You give one, you take one. That's how this fight is being played out.
All right, so he lands again just like we saw in the last round, realizing a lot of success with his Muay Thai game.
You know, why change it? It's working, and it's working from the very start of the fight. The moment this fight started, you saw the advantage that we predicted was there. He started to take advantage of it early, and now he's continuing to build on that. This kickboxer looks amazingly like.
Chimaev's cut above the eye, and that blood figures to start to trickle down. Could compromise his vision here moving forward. 20 seconds to go.
Big inside kick.
Just before the horn, saved by the bell. So now back to the stool. He has only 60 seconds to recover. We'll see if physically he can keep himself in this fight.
Slow that down and let's get this back on track.
All right, so a high-level round there for him. We'll show you some of the action here, and you got to think the knockdown is going to be featured prominently here. Thought he might have had him out of there.
He thought he had him, but the guy's tough. The guy's durable. He has a fantastic chin, but he just needs to stay the course. He does not need to be discouraged. Think about this. You're winning, and you're winning going away. That was just a moment. Keep going in the same direction, and you will get the finish that you want so bad.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. He got him! That was nasty!
Just a relentless effort out of this fighter here tonight. The ref had no choice but to step in, and that is how you leave the judges out of it. All right, the official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is going to stop to this contest at 14 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, King.
All right, so a lot of people thought the #1 contender was going to get it done tonight, not the...